WWE are concerned about CM Punk Survivor Series teases. Plus, we've got the latest on NWA's TV deal following that controversy the other day. And we have an update on a possible NXT main roster call-up. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. So on Monday Night Raw, Cody Rhodes all but said Randy Orton's coming back.
Oh, did you think? What made you think that?
It was ever so subtle. Voices in his head.
He said,
legacy.
It's someone I share a legacy with. You're looking at us like we're prey, but we're not prey because we've got the apex predator, and also it's not the voices in your head.
Guess you could say we've eaten Uda and he's in our stomachs. It's a Simpsons reference.
I see.
And then, of course, WWE announced Randy Orton online shortly after that. Now, there was a very good reason why the decision was made to signpost it being Randall Keith.
Yeah, even if he wasn't available for Raw. Because if he'd been there and he'd come out and it would have been a big moment, then I fully understand why they would have done it that way. Was a little bit curious, though, to basically give away the surprise, even though he wasn't there in the building. But as you say, there might be a very good reason for that.
Fightful Select say Randy Orton's reveal was done intentionally so as to not make fans believe that CM Punk would be the partner. Now, obviously, WWE talent have been making some references alluding to CM Punk in the past few weeks, which is naughty, but now they're very concerned, at least they were concerned going into a pay-per-view in Chicago, that CM Punk might be revealed as the mystery fifth man of the team. Some people did say, why would they be thinking that? And I think it's just a case of reminding, in case you're not sure, that obviously Survivor Series is in Chicago and CM Punk is a free agent, and there's obviously been lots of little references to CM Punk, very subtle ones online and on WWE TV that's made WWE go, actually, we shouldn't tease Punk because it could backfire on us if we have Randy as the surprise and people want Punk.
Absolutely.
Might backfire.
And I think even though we all kind of assumed as well that it was going to be Randy Orton, part of me, if they'd never done this, when we get to Survivor Series and I'm watching it on TV and stuff and it's in Chicago, a tiny part of me would still have been like, it could be CM Punk. You can't really turn that off. And then I have to put myself in the shoes of if I was sat in that arena and I'd had a few Chicago beverages, I'd be like, I'd fully be going, CM Punk, CM Punk. So I think they've probably, even though it was a bit weird the way they did it, I think they had no other choice really.
They'd have no other choice. But as well as that, Fightful Select have said that the stance for WWE on CM Punk has not changed, and there are still no plans to bring him in currently. He's very much a case of in case of emergency break glass.
Best in the world. Best in the world.
Where's my piss boy? It's very much a case of Punk is there in case of emergency break glass. If they don't sell enough WrestleMania tickets, they can start to think,
just get him in anyway. What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? Everything. John Cena, we send you our best wishes, sir. He had surgery yesterday.
I was doing his salute. Oh, God, yeah, it's quite serious, actually, isn't it? Yes, he did have surgery. Sharing a photo yesterday from a hospital bed, shaking hands with his doctor, who seems to have just signed his arm. Yeah. This came with the caption, "Thank you for the autograph," Jeff Dugas, MD, the doctor. So very grateful to have him and his whole team for 2 successful surgeries. A world-class facility that has me ready to seize the day with 2 repaired arms. He had his first arm surgery completed at the start of November. Now this one. All the best on his recovery.
The last thing that John Cena needs, who's already a Superman, is bionic arms like Jax from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
That's the last thing that he needs. 100% of the surgery done. Congratulations to you. 50% off at Cultaholicshop.com. It's the Black Friday sale. And Jack is burying his head in his hands, right? Because he's like, oh no, not another Black Friday sale where I have to put a code in.
I'm going to have to type in the discount code.
Oh.
No.
No.
You don't need to do that. It's all done. It's all done for you.
Oh, you don't even need a code. Go on to cultaholic.com. Buy all the lovely stuff you like, and then you see that number, and we go, boom, we slash it in half like that. Can you do a watermelon appearing like in that Fruit Ninja game?
Oh, remember that.
Ready? This is what we do to prices. That's what we do.
Sorry to the editor of this video.
I'm not sorry. Okay. Do it again.
Oh, they're gonna hate you.
I know, everyone hates me anyway. 50%
Thomas
off at
Campbell.
Cultaholic.com right
that.
now. It's the Black Friday sale. Get amongst it. Get some bargains in time for Christmas. Show someone you love or someone you hate how much you care. 50% off at cultaholicshop.com. And meanwhile, we got an update on the NWA. This came out of nowhere.
Yes, Yes, it turns out that the NWA actually did have a deal with the channel, the network, the CW. 8 episodes of NWA Power have dropped on the CW app as of yesterday. Shows between September 5th and October 24th are now available to stream, despite CW's previously reported upset with a segment involving Father James Mitchell at NWA Samhain, where, you know, there was insinuated drug use. So everyone went, oh, the network might be upset. It turns out they did have a deal with that network, and they might potentially have been upset.
Not only is this a surprise to us, but it was also apparently a surprise to Billy Corgan. People in the NWA didn't know that the CW were just going to put a bunch of episodes on the CW app this week, but they have anyway.
Fair enough.
But he just went on the app and went, oh, we're there. So that's nice for them.
All right, then.
We thought, what with WWE striking that deal with the CW, we might not see the NWA pop up on there after all, but apparently it's going to be a feature on the CW app. Nicely done. Also, NWA flavored news coming out regarding one of its longest standing stars in recent years, that being Camille. She's been the insurance policy for Nick Aldis and Tom Latimer. She is an Amazon of a woman, and she spent 813 days as NWA Women's World Champion. And she's set to leave by the looks of things. Next month, her NWA deal expires, and she's in the free market from January. I could see her going to AEW, you know.
I could as well, just specifically because Jade Cargill jumped ship. She's not quite maybe as big as Jade Cargill, but she's certainly of the same mold in terms of, like, yes, she's in the women's division, but she's so intimidating that even the men's wrestlers are a bit scared of her. As you say, she was like a bodyguard for the likes of Nick Aldis, Tom Latimer. And yeah, I think that maybe AEW will at least have their eye on her.
Oh, you'd be foolish not to. Foolish not to. Next week on NXT, we've got multiple Raw stars popping up, haven't we?
We do. It was announced that 3 former NXT champions will be returning to the brand next week. Former North American champions Bronson Reed, Johnny Gargano, and Cameron Graham will compete in a 4-way alongside Wes Lee. And if Wes wins, he'll get a shot at the North American Championship, currently still held by Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
I like this, using former North American champions to give Wesley an obstacle to overcome.
I'm assuming the same thing, that this is going to help elevate Wes Lee. They could always have a fresh matchup with Dom if they wanted to. One of these other guys wins, but I think, as you say, that maybe the most likely or the correct thing to do in terms of booking would be to have Wesley overcome all these former champions to elevate his own standing.
I like it. Also next week on NXT, Tony D and Stax defend the NXT tag titles against Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. I'm looking forward to the podcast this week because obviously you do the NXT review during this week in the wrestling, and I just can't wait to hear what you guys make of that Von Wagner segment there where he's having a lovely dinner with some children.
We'll have to wait and see. I've not actually watched it yet, but I can't wait.
But that
I don't know what's on the screen. I've not seen it yet.
I do, and it's fantastic.
Oh, God. What's Von been up to?
What a boy. I can't wait. Let's talk about an NXT call-up that isn't an NXT call-up as it happens. So,
well, he was on last week's SmackDown.
He was on last week's SmackDown, but that doesn't mean anything, apparently.
This is Axiom, who was on SmackDown last week, and it led many people to believe that he would, in a similar way to Dragon Lee, have now been added to the main roster. But PW Insider have updated us saying that Axiom's appearance on last week's SmackDown was a literal last-minute decision. PW Insider were told that the NXT star was booked for the taping the morning of that episode of SmackDown, so it might just be a one and done.
Interesting use of the word literal.
It's not a literal last minute decision.
Because if it was a literal last minute decision, if his segment was at 9:15, he'd have been booked at 9:14.
He'd have walked past them at Gorilla at 9:14 and they've gone, there he is.
Can you go out now and have a match?
Get your mask on, A-Kid. He's not... Oh...
That's a lie.
So sorry. I don't think he's A-Kid. I think they're just good friends.
That made me cough.
You're right.
I lied. That was such a deep lie.
Sorry.
It's all right. I'll let you off. Only if you're twitching tonight.
I am twitching tonight. Myself and Noel Morton, twitch.tv/Cultaholic. The fabes are over. Not in terms of popular.
You're damn right we're over.
No, we're done. So we're going to be starting afresh next week. But this week, I think we might decide what we do next week when we start a new club or a new season or whatever on the new game.
Is it like the wake of the Fabes?
It's going to be like an all-time awards ceremony where we go over like the ultimate player of the series, the villain of the series, the the non-footballer of the series. Ashton Matthews of Triple Jump is up for an award.
Oh, wow.
Because we went on a bad run of form once and I was off that week, and she did the stream with Owen and apparently just shouted at the players and they started winning. She just really riled them up into shape.
Brilliant.
So she's nominated for an award. Various people are, various players. If you've watched us, some old names might crop up. There might even be a farewell letter written to you, the fans, from our club's ultimate hero, £5 Ken. I wrote the letter. But no, Ken wrote the letter.
No, £5 Ken wrote the letter, surely.
Ken wrote the letter, and he's delivered it to me to read out on the stream. We might, if we've got time, also watch a bit of Robot Wars as well.
Oh, lovely. Leave the memories alone tonight at twitch.tv/Cultaholic. And for the latest wrestling news throughout the day, check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.